She was our first guest ever. I'm the pilot. Yeah. Look who's here, everybody. Well, whether you're at a vineyard tasting room or you're pouring a glass at home while watching the dinosaurs, it's important to understand the basics of wine. Here, there are some easy habits to keep in mind so you don't look like a wine newbie. Here with her guide of wine do's and don'ts, etiquette queen, the wine diva, Leslee Miller, everyone. Wine etiquette queen.
Wine etiquette.
I love that I love, not that I don't love when we just taste, but I love these wine 101 segments because you have taught people so much over the years about wine. So I don't want to waste any more time flapping my gums. We're starting with how to hold a wine glass.
So how to hold a wine glass. As Mr. George Riedel, he is a producer of stemware, he always says, hold it by the stem and never by the bowl. So you hold it by the stem. And this always comes up, speaking of television, in the old show, Brothers and Sisters.
Oh, on ABC with Sally Field.
Yes, Sally Fields used to say, hold it by the bowl and close to your chest if you have a red wine. And I was like, please don't take wine tips from Sally Fields. But what this does is it keeps your fingerprints off of the bowl. It is actually considered poor etiquette if you're in, Michelin star dining, that you would see your fingerprints on a bowl. So you hold it by the stem if it has a stem. And yes.
Even if you're at the Olive Garden.
Yes,
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what about clinking, right? Because people, when they clink, they should clink by the bowl and never the tips of the glass.
Oh, yes. You can break it easy.
Because you can break it. So we're talking about
That's the right answer?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But the other thing, too, is like you have to look deep into each other's eyes. And when you do, because it's a meaningful toast.
Stop. Can I tell you, because again, Leslie and I are like friends, like really, we hang out. You have said this to us before, and do you know when I go out with Colin and our friend Lisa, every time we toast anything, we go like, I don't care where we are, we go like this, toast, cheers. And we get all up in each other's face. We do it, I think of you every time.
We did that in Florida. It was really funny. At a table of, 8, we were like, oh my gosh, look deep into each other's eyes.
Okay, what should you do when a server comes to your table and opens the wine?
Number one question. Everybody always asks me this. Okay, so the server comes and pours you 1 ounce of wine and they put the cork down in front of your seat. What are you supposed to do?
Sniff it.
You do not sniff it. You do not sniff the cork. What does the cork smell like?
Cork.
Cork, right? Now, really what you're supposed to be looking for is you're smelling the wine. So you always give the wine a nice big swirl and you put your whole nose inside of it. When I moved to Minnesota 20 years ago, people were doing this weird hokey pokey dance around the glass. And I was like, airline commercial, put your whole nose inside of the glass. You're just looking.
I feel like one of those birds on dashboards that,
You also have your mustache and lips in there. Yeah. How did you get that in there?
A lot of practice.
So what you're looking for is kind of a damp-ish smell, like wet cardboard in a way. And that would give you one of the indications that the wine is not good.
Because you told me this and I changed, I recalibrated.
Yes.
The purpose of them having someone taste and smell the wine isn't to make sure it's like that you actually like it.
Right.
It's to make sure fundamentally is the wine, has it gone bad? Am I right on that?
That's right. That's right.
That's really the purpose of them doing it.
Yes. They should have sold it to you, the server or whatever, to tell you that you're going to like this, right? The other thing, too, is that when a Stelvin closure, a screw cap, comes to your table, you do not pick this up and do weird things with it, right? Don't be like, oh, I'm inspecting, just that's someone's dad. Don't do that. So and also, sorry.
I cannot wait until we're together again, and I'm gonna put that on my hand like a little hat. Okay.
Okay, so, and also wine that's in a screw cap, this is what we're doing in the last 25 years. They're wines that are meant to be drank now.
Okay, let's say the wine, what should you do if you need to send the wine back? Should you send it back?
Yes, so if you're like, whoa, I think this is kind of off a little bit, just gently move it across the table to the server and say, would you mind letting me know if this is how this is supposed to smell and taste?
Oh, I like the way you phrase that. It's not tacky.
No, and you know what? Now it puts the onus on the server, and then, you know, you probably will end up with a new bottle of wine.
Okay, pairing.
Pairing.
Don't pair to the color of food.
Yes, this is, and you know, I realized this week because I have been looking at, you know, like newish wine books, and people are still pairing to the color of their food. Like white with fish and red with meat. It is always about the preparation of the dish. And we have talked about this during Thanksgiving because we've had turkey 97 different, you know, ways. So you always want to, you know, pair to the preparation of the dish. One of the most famous is fried food. Anything fried, you have to go with bubbles. Ready? So if you have something fried, and then French fries, potato chips, anything like that, you're always going to go with something with bubbles because it helps to cut literally a little bit of the fat.
We have 2 more tips. We're going to put them on our socials. All you have to do is go to jasonshowtv.com. We have 2 more that you'll hear from Leslie, and for all of her recommendations, head to sipbetter.com. And if you're watching locally or visiting the Twin Cities, head to her shop, Sip Better, in the North Loop of Minneapolis. Visit Minneapolis, everybody. Visit Minneapolis. We'll be right back in a moment. The Wine Diva.